something, it's gas. So
I appreciate that because I be crying.
you be locked in with the knowledge for real, bro. And it's varied too. It ain't just like not there's nothing wrong with it, but like a lot of people lock in the Isekai lately and stuff like that, and that's cool because you watch them too. But I know if I ask you for recommendations, you usually went through a lot of the muck. You know what I mean? So I got to go through it. So it's kind of I feel like I'm cheating sometimes, but you just be locked in.
Yeah, like I don't mind telling you like, yeah, no, this one it was okay, but I feel like you might not like it. You can try the first like 3 episodes, but if you don't like it after that, you're not gonna like the rest of it.
No, for real. That's what it comes down to, man. Your recommendations be curated to the max, and that's the move for real. Because I can't. Some people will give you what they like to watch, and that's cool. That's what you like. You know what I mean? But I'm not you. I don't want to watch this. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to watch Reincarnated as a gym sock. Maybe that's a banger isekai to isekai lovers, but I'm a tourist.
Insane. I can't stand you, gang. No, you definitely gotta cater more towards like the person, because what I noticed, like a lot of times when people try to get somebody into anime that don't watch anime, they just try to like immediately put them onto like the Space Monkey Punch Punch, Dragon Ball, or Space Magic Ninjas, Moon Magic Ninjas, Naruto, whatever. But at
Man,
the end of the day, if you don't, you gotta put them onto something like Erased or like Bones, like Beautiful
no,
Mind,
you're right. You're alive.
Psychopaths. You gotta put somebody on like Psychopaths or something like that, to where it's not just shonen. Cause like
You're
shonen
right.
can come in later on. That's fine. It ain't nothing wrong with it. But like, especially like at most people's age, now you gotta start recommending the seinen, bro. Like,
You really do, yo. And honestly, you're right because I've been trying to figure out what to recommend my girl, and I've been showing her. And I was trying to. I'm not gonna fold you, bro. I wasn't just throwing her, Dragon Ball, Space Monkey Pump Ups. Now, don't get me wrong. When it's my turn on TV, if I want to see Broly versus, Gogeta, I'm gonna put that on. But, outside of that, I've been trying to recommend her stuff like Trigun, a little bit of Cowboy Bebop, even then, that's still kind of like it's not too far removed from the typical stuff. And I get it, it's all historical. That's how it came over here. That's what like blew it up over here anyway. But we in a new era, you know what I mean? We kind of spoiled for choice. We can dig a little bit deeper and then bring the historical joints into the picture a little later once they got like a basic understanding of what anime or the medium means to them. You feel me? I think
right.
like if I'm gonna recommend somebody that could replace Dragon Ball, even though I don't care for it like that, it's
Right.
probably Demon Slayer. You know what I mean? I think Demon Slayer is a good replacement for Dragon Ball as far as an introductory thing. If they're not already into like the fighter type of anime, you know what I mean? Because Demon Slayer got a little bit of both. It's pretty,
Yeah,
it's
it's
simple,
pretty. It's got story. It's got
story
some
simple too.
fighting in there, and yeah, like it's real easy to catch on to.
Because what people don't like, at least what I'm noticing, and when I'm trying to explain to somebody like my girl Dragon Ball, mugs don't understand how complicated Dragon Ball really is. If you want to like get the full, impact of the scene, we start off with even if you start off with Dragon Ball Z at the beginning, when Goku fight Raditz, that's already like a payoff for like 20 years of build up from Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? Like you really don't understand how deep the scene go unless you watch Dragon Ball and watch Goku go from a kid, lose his tail, from becoming an ape and shit. Really dive into the martial arts, fight Piccolo. And so when Piccolo show up in Raditz, then you understand how deep it is because Piccolo was just Goku enemy, and he's the son of King Piccolo, who was a demon. Scratch that. None of them are demons. They aliens now. You know what I mean? Like even at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, there's low key, a kind of high key, a lot of like barrier to entry that you kind of just have to know prior to really get the full impact of the scene. And a lot of people coming into anime, don't get me wrong, a lot of people do that work. That's why it's still big. But like for like people like my girl, she's not gonna do all that fucking work.
Yeah, it's like, especially when it comes to stuff that's bigger like that, always has branching out things from it as
And
well,
talk
not just
about
the main thing.
man.
So like, especially with Dragon Ball, like Toriyama definitely had other art pieces. Like he
Hmm.
done had a hand in Dragon Quest when it comes to games. Like that's a
No,
great
he
art piece.
he really all over the place. You're right.
Like, and then like we could talk about what's that, Sandland, where you play as a demon prince.
Forgot
You're
about
technically
Sandland.
you're Deborah's son, bro. Like,
That's even more prior knowledge. Like, don't get me wrong, you don't need that to understand it, but like it makes everything to the people that are fanatics about it, which is tend to be most people. They've done that work. You know what I mean? But you saw the motherfuckers who don't know that, they're not gonna follow you. You got a breadcrumb on, bro. You can't just throw them in there. Throw them in the deep end.
right off into the deep end.
Nah, man. Like, and I don't know. I guess to go back to what you said, me and you, we get Space Monkey Punch Punch. We was there for all of that. We watched Dragon Ball GT. We watched Dragon Ball Legends for real. I be watching Dragon Ball Legends for real, which is crazy.
Oh, no, you got it on that one.
You talking about that? They got Golden Cooler in that motherfucker, bro. Don't make no sense, bro.
The power scale must be crazy in that bitch.
What power scale, bro? There's 2 Gokus in that joint. One of them go Super Saiyan 4, one of them go Ultra Instinct, and then they both go crazy. And then we got a whole Broly knockoff Cumber, which is like dark Broly, bro. It's crazy. They be time traveling that joint, but it's like that's for people that's for Dragon Ball fans who watch everything. You know what I mean? Like that's for motherfuckers who was in 5th grade looking up Dragon Ball Angel Fire, which was fake on the school computer. You know what I mean? Everybody didn't do that. But the good thing is anime is so big right now, or the medium as a whole. We can just take our time, show some movies, and then make me watch some other stuff too. Like I didn't watch Yo Lie or whatever. I didn't even like Miyazaki movies till my shorty really put me on game, cause them's just
which one is the Miyazaki one?
Like Spirited Away. Yeah, the Totoro and them. Yeah.
I'll be, what's the Studio Ghibli? That's what I'm saying. Studio Ghibli movies, my bad.
Nah, you're right. That's on me for not recognizing the whole studio. But like, that's what I'm talking about. She got me into those joints, which I realized a lot of more people watch those probably than fucking Space Monkey Punch Punch. So I'm really tapping into that and learning more about other. It's just a big genre. It's just a big genre type beat. But what games you been playing, bro?